Okay, we're on. Hi, I just wanted to chime in a little bit and give you some pointers on how to further succeed in this course, and how to finish this course strongly, because we're basically at the halfway mark at this point. So the first thing you want to keep in mind is that the quiz and the exam are not expiring this weekend. They're expiring on the 22nd, that's the quiz, and the exam expires on the 23rd. So that gives you a little bit of breathing room in this fast-paced course to catch up. Now, with that said, always remember that these exams are open and have always been open. So waiting until the day they are actually due is not advisable. That's when things actually go wrong. So if at all possible, try to attempt and complete the quiz and the exam before they expire. Let's see. The things I want to point out, first and foremost, for extra credit, email me and explain to me which prompt you really are committed to for the final essay in this class. So there's 5 of them to choose from. You were asked to do that at the beginning of the semester, but some time has gone by. Maybe you've changed your mind, so I will actually offer up to 5% extra credit towards the previous exam, exam 3. If you email me explaining which prompt you have chosen and offer me a paragraph, a solid paragraph on some of your thoughts and observations of how to respond to the essay prompt. Okay, so have that in. Today is the 15th, so have that to me within 2 days, by the 17th, no later than 11:59 p.m. Right, if you want that extra credit. And again, I've offered this advice before, but I cannot emphasize enough the power of index cards. If you're not using them, most students don't, and it's frustrating because students wonder why they didn't get a good grade. Students who do get good grades don't do it magically. They have tools. And so if you want to earn a good grade, you have to use the tools that are out there. And this is a great tool. So as you come across information that seems to help you respond to your essay prompt, write down that information right here and on the other side where you got it from. All right? And you just keep doing that with index card after index card. And towards the end of this, when it comes time to prepare to actually write your essay, you might have a stack that looks like this. You spread your stack out, and usually what happens is a logical sequence of organization will present itself to you, and you can just begin writing your paper from these index cards. It also helps you from having to, well, this is what students typically do, is, okay, now it's time to write my paper. Now that the semester is almost over, then they have to go back through all of the material and kind of scratch their head and wonder where they can get this information. If you work as you go, as you're working through the lectures and the assigned readings, you will have most of the work done when it comes time to actually write the essay. So do this, do this, do this. Also, these index cards will be helpful if you use them for your lectures. I do get typically a lot of emails from students saying that they don't have enough time to complete the essays. That's probably because students are referring to their notes while they're taking the exams and shuffling through their notes. By the time you take the exam, you should be very familiar with the information, where you have to refer to your notes rarely. Index cards are a way of doing that, right? Put and you have to do it as you go. This is not something you cram for. So it's something you, if you haven't been doing this between now and next week before the exam, do this while you're working. Write down the actual ID on one side, on the other side, the information that helps you respond to that. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about IDs in just a second too, so hold on. Right? For the essays, write the actual learning objective on one side, and on the other side some brief bullet points on the other. And then when you're done with your preparation, then it's time to drill yourself. You look at one side and you flip it over to see if you have the right idea of it within your mind, and then you can actually practice writing the essay when you're done with that as well. A lot of students ignore this advice, and that's unfortunate, because you're here to succeed, and I'm here to help you succeed. But the first step is you have to help yourself in doing it. And if you're trying to succeed based on just hoping it happens, it's never going to happen. You have to have the tools. Here are some tools. These work. They work for me as a student. I'm currently a student now at UTB, and they're working for me now. I was very excited when a professor explained this tool to me, and I've used it ever since. And what's interesting is when I've come to find out, other successful students use this tool religiously as well. So get yourself some index cards and use them often, not just for this course, but for all of your courses. It will be very, very helpful. Let's take a look at the identification. I'm going to talk a little bit about identifications and the essay prompts. So let's take a look at that on the screen. Okay, let's go to the syllabus, opening up the syllabus. And this is something I went over the orientation in the last orientation, the orientation in the last announcement post. So hopefully you're watching this and benefit from this. What I'm continuously seeing with students in the identifications indicates that students haven't read the syllabus or didn't really view the orientation clearly. Or if they did, they're not really interested in succeeding in this course. So if you are actually interested in succeeding in this course, read this thoroughly. It's explained right here, right? And this is where this will be very, very helpful. If you take the time to thoroughly write your identifications using this, you won't have to go through a myriad of notes that seem to kind of all blend into themselves when you're taking the exam. If you have a stack of these IDs, when they appear on the exam, you can simply take this, you have it right there, and then you transcribe your notes as efficiently as possible. So a couple of things you want to keep in mind. It's first and foremost, you just want to explain just the basics, the who, what, where, why, when, and how of each of the identifications. So you want specific dates. I see that a lot. Students aren't putting the dates. This is a history class, so dates are important. So make sure you have at least the year of what the identification is dealing with. Explain its historical significance. That is incredibly important. Okay, why does it matter? So if you're talking about the House of Burgesses, just simply explaining that it was a legislative body created in 1619 in Virginia, well, that's some of the who, what, where, when, why, and how of it. But you might want to also tie in what salutary neglect had to do with the House of Burgesses, and then further explain your understanding of what salutary neglect was. Do take note of this. 5 to 6 sentences apiece. 5 to 6 sentences apiece. What I'm typically seeing from students is one sentence, maybe not even a complete sentences on these identifications. So you're getting some credit, but if you're wanting closer to full credit, at minimum, these have to be at least 5 to 6 sentences. All right. So that's with the identifications. You want to keep that in mind with the ideas. Now when it comes to the essay prompts, pretty basic. You just want to make sure you respond thoroughly to each learning objective. Each learning objective is at least one paragraph, at least. And a paragraph, a complete paragraph, is 5 to 6 sentences. Your sentences per paragraph should offer the general response to the learning objective and specific examples of how you understand those generalizations. So you want to bring in the examples that are provided within the lectures and the assigned reading as well. and or, right, where it applies. So hopefully this week you guys have enough time. I know a lot of students enrolled in this course while still enrolled with the fall semester. That's tough, right? Now that the fall semester is over, use this week. If you have it, you're going to have to spend at least 5 to 6 hours, maybe even up to 8 hours a day on working on this stuff, given that some of you are really struggling in this course. So really set some time aside. You enrolled in this course. It's the course that you needed to take. So dedicate the respectable amount of time a college course deserves if you want to be a successful student. Do email me if you have any questions, if you have any concerns. I've got nothing going on between now and the holidays, so I'm here for you. Email me. I'm definitely got your back on this, but in order for me to have your back on this, you have to demonstrate that you're taking this course seriously and you're applying yourself to the lecture essays and the other required content. So again, for extra credit, what I want from you is an email explaining which prompt you've chosen, and give me a paragraph explaining your understanding of how to respond to that essay prompt. Also give me some of the references that you're going to use from the required content of this course, and some of the other links that I provide that you can also use in the assignment sheet for the final essay. And then in that paragraph, explain how you're going to go about responding to that. Just maybe give me a few sentences explaining your understanding of what's being asked in that essay prompt. So that's part of the extra credit. Also, explain how index cards can be helpful in this course. Not just in this course, but all courses, but specifically in this course. Okay, that's all the yammering I have for now. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns. Again, I am here for you. I'm just sitting here in my office waiting for students to email me, or I'm at home waiting for students to email me so they can be successful in this course. It's not too late. Do keep in mind that if you score very well on exam 4 and 5, that can replace minus 10% all the previous exams. So if it looks like you might be even failing this course, you can bring your grade up, but it's going to require a respectable amount of time to get to that point. So this week, do put it in. The extra credit is due December 17th, 2 days from now. So let me have it. Take care.